I'm back. Yep, because I needed this today. Can orphans eat at a family restaurant? That's wrong on so many levels, I'm not gonna lie. When we sleep, are we seeing an alternate dimension? I don't even know what to say about my dreams, dude, because I've had the weird... Wait, what if when you actually fall from somewhere high in your dreams, you actually did that in real life, but you didn't know it, and you just respawned when you wake up? Okay, I hate you. I actually hate you. Like, I really hate... When you watch a YouTube video, you're watching other people's memories and public versions. Shout out to the YouTube fam. When crazy people walk through the forest, do they take the psychopath? I feel like you feel the need to want to put a dad joke in like every one of these. Teachers always say the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do. Then why is the bell even there? Okay, now that one I'll actually like agree with you. When you smoke, you get high. When you read, you get educated. So when you smoke and read, are you getting highly educated? Go. You need to leave like right now. I don't know why that's so hard. Doors are complicated. Okay, chill, FBI agent. It's just a door. You don't have to, like, kick it down. What if every time you got chills, you died in an alternate universe? And my brain ceases to exist again. Why did we not call the bathroom the toilet room? I'm gonna ignore you on that one. What if rocks are actually soft, but every time something touches it, it tenses up? Stop. See, stop it. Beanbags are just couches without bones. I don't want to listen to you anymore. I don't want to listen. Get out, like get out now. Bologna is just a hot dog pancake. Can you stop? Like, get out. Why do we have fingertips but not toe tips? Marvin, that is like the question every 5th grader asks. What if you can actually breathe in space, but they don't want us to escape? Marvin, you see that thing with a knob on it? You should turn it and walk out that way. Birth certificates are just baby receipts. Please, stop. Doors are complicated. Marvin, you literally just grab the knob, turn it, and pull. Stop mocking me. Stop mocking me. Living in the future, but he can't open a doorknob. Welcome back to Marvin not leaving my room for a solid minute. Lumberjacks are just tree murderers. Yep, there it is. I'm not even going to tell you to get out because I know you're not. You're just going to keep going. You can't talk while inhaling through your nose. What? Huh? Why is there a D in the word fridge but not refrigerator? Okay, I was not expecting that one, not gonna lie. How is SpongeBob's house circular, but inside it has square corners? Stop it right now. Get out, like actually get out. Where in the nursery rhyme did it say Humpty Dumpty was an egg? Because the little voice in your head, you wouldn't be able to read. Bed actually looks like a bed. Here's a better question. How bored do you have to be to realize and analyze that? If you were born deaf, what language would you think in? I don't want to talk to you anymore. Your alarm clock is technically your theme song. It's the beginning of every episode. I'm just waiting for you to leave. All right, I'm out. Doors are complicated. Yep, yeah. You still trying to play 2K tonight? Heck yes. No, but I call Warrior. Fine.
Guys, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. So Pastor Trevor had asked me to share some thoughts. And to be honest, when he did that, my thoughts were, I'm a sleep-deprived mother, a socially deprived person. My thoughts are a little scary right now sometimes. But I went into some time with the Lord, and he showed me some things that he would like to share with you guys. So some of my thoughts on a day-to-day basis about y'all. I hope you guys know that I love you. Man, Nevaeh is quiet. I so miss getting together. And I wonder what things will be like when we get back together. What's church gonna look like? What is youth gonna look like? What's school gonna look like? I mean, there's just so many questions. And that leads me to the thought that God placed on my heart. What will be different? We expect that things are gonna change. In our world around us. What will be different within us? There's no doubt that this has been a difficult time. School, there's some of you guys that aren't even getting to walk to graduate. I know a school down in Alabama, they took 4 days to individually record each senior walking across the stage to get their diploma with their family there. 4 days. They have like 500 something graduates. And they're gonna have that like live on social media. That's ridiculous. Things are different socially. You hang out via Hangout or Zoom or FaceTime or whatever the mode is. It's all video. Some of you may be now getting together in person, but for the most part, it's still video. Work is different. If you have been working through all of this, you've been having to wear a mask and or gloves, and you've been having to keep a distance, and maybe you're enforcing, oh, nope, you're too close, you have to step back, please honor social distancing. And then another difficult thing is you've been with your family 24/7. I love my family. They are driving me nuts in all the best ways and all the crazy ways. Like, I am going insane. That's that scary thoughts coming out. So things have been difficult. Maybe your sports are taken away. Maybe you play baseball or basketball or soccer. Maybe you've had to put your hobbies on hold. Riding your horses, going to summer camp. All of our summer events are in limbo. Are we having camp? We're gonna wait and make a decision. Oh, we're not having camp. Oh, now we are having camp. There's just no consistency. That's hard. Everything has a question mark at the end. Summer camp, baseball, birthday party, graduation, church, youth. It all has a question mark at the end. But one thing remains. There's one thing that doesn't have a question mark at the end, and that's God. God, period. He's the Alpha and Omega, period. The provider, period. Healer, comforter, protector, Father, Almighty, righteous. All of those have periods at the end. Those aren't questions, those are statements. Everywhere you have a question mark, God has a period. You say summer camp, he says summer camp. You say sports, he says sports. Now, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if we are or aren't having summer camp, but God does. In every season and in every situation, God was already there. He is ancient in tomorrow. That means that tomorrow, Thursday, it's Wednesday night here. Tomorrow, he's already there, and he's been there from the beginning of time. That is such a crazy concept to wrap my mind around. But that's what, when people say that he's the Ancient of Days, that's what they mean. That he is forever in every day. And that is so mind-blowing to me. So, I want us to look at someone in the Bible who, he seems like one of the people in the Old Testament that we know the most about, just kind of on a conversational basis, over his entire life. Joseph. So we know that the coat of many colors, right? He was the favored son of Jacob. He had dreams. We know the really important parts of his life, and they span a pretty good ways. It starts, he comes on the scene in Genesis chapter 37. And believe me, I'm not going to read all of it because we'd be sitting here for quite a while, of all of the stories of Joseph. But starts in Genesis 37. And that's when we see the story of the coat of many colors. And then he gets sold into slavery. He has this dream about his brothers, and he gets sold into slavery. And then he is placed in one of like the top levels of his master's house, and he's in charge of all the other slaves. And then he's accused of trying to rape the master's wife, and then he's in prison. So Joseph sits in prison, and even in prison he has his highs and his lows. Can you imagine having highs in prison? Like, but he had some. He was there with a few people, and they got let go. I feel like those people getting out was like, that was probably the low of him being there, alone, all by himself. I'm sure that God had a question, or that Joseph had a question mark on his life. God, what is my life for? God, why am I in prison? Why did I have this dream? And then I was sold into slavery, and then I was accused of something I did not do. Why am I here? Some of us feel like we are in a figurative prison. He was in a literal prison. There has to be a question mark because he did everything right and he was in prison. God had a period though. So while Joseph was in prison, he was faithful and he continued to serve and seek God. He continued to operate in his talents and his gifts, and he glorified God while he was in prison with just 2 other people. You may not have a whole lot of people in your family right now. For me, I've got 3 other people, a 1-year-old, a 5-year-old, and my husband. That's not a whole lot of people that I can minister to. How can I serve God in this moment when I'm surrounded by the same people every day, every single day? It's a question mark. During this time of questions, have you been serving God? Have you been seeking his heart? Will you come out of this season, this COVID-19 season, with 0 spiritual growth? Because if you do, you're the only one that's responsible for that. Before this, before COVID, before quarantine, safer at home, whatever, we always had excuses. I've got a sport to go to. I've got to work. I've got school. I've got a family vacation. I've got a birthday party. I've got X, Y, Z. And those are awesome things to take part in. I am not saying don't do that. Not at all. But what I am saying is we always had an excuse as to why we couldn't fast. We always had an excuse as to why we couldn't come to church on a Wednesday night or a Sunday morning. You always had an excuse as to why you couldn't come to an event. Because there was always something going on. We were so busy. You never had enough time. Now you got nothing but time. So if you come out of this quarantine and this season with 0 spiritual growth, and I know it feels like I'm being so harsh right now, but I just feel like this is the thought that God has given me to convey to you. If you come out of this season with 0 spiritual growth, it's on you. Because you got nothing but time now. You've had the time. Have you let it pass by while you play Xbox for hours upon hours? Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. I am going to be totally honest. My phone probably has an imprint of my thumb just scrolling in the same place because I go from Snapchat to Facebook to Instagram. I may check Twitter. I should probably do something productive. I'll check LinkedIn or maybe my email. Let's go back to Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram. So I am totally there. Have you just slept or eaten? Way more than is healthy. I know I have. I've eaten way more than I should, and most of it's junk. I'm telling you, time is running out for you to have nothing but time. Soon, the pace of life is going to get faster and faster and go back to what it was before. Maybe not a month from now or 6 months from now. Maybe it's a year from now that happens. But it's going to get faster, and you're going to have the opportunity to fill your time with other things. Soon, life will be as busy as ever, and you'll have all those same excuses back in your life. Well, I haven't hung out with my friends in a really long time, and they just invited me to go play basketball, so I'm going to go do that. Okay, awesome. Do that. What have you done to serve God today as well? What have you done to seek God today? And you will still have question marks where God wanted to share with you how he turns them into periods. God doesn't want to keep us in the dark. Some things we have to be. Some things it would blow our minds if we knew the full picture. But he doesn't want you to stumble around in the dark with not even a candlelight. He wants to shed light and make those question marks turn to periods in your life. But if you don't seek him, if you don't serve him, when you feel like you're in this proverbial prison, like Joseph was, those question marks will remain question marks. He wants you to trade in your question marks for his periods. How do you do that? Some practical things here. We have to trust him. We have to trust that he knows what's going on and that he knows what he's doing. We have to have faith. I'm sure Joseph, after being sold into slavery, accused of rape falsely, and put into prison, his trust may have been a little shaken. I don't know. But he continued to seek and serve God. Loving others, putting others before yourself, that is serving God. When you put someone else's well-being before yours, that is serving God. Communication. Man, if I don't talk to my mom for a few days, like my body is drained because I just need to hear my mom's voice. Are you that way with your Heavenly Daddy? Do you even know what his voice sounds like? I can tell you the more that you talk to him and have a conversation with him, the more you will know what his voice sounds like. Praying, reading your Bible, and fasting. Fasting is such an important part of growing deeper roots with God. That's that hiding yourself away. That's those times where you just have those intimate, one-on-one conversations. Not when you're rolling into the gas station on fumes going, Jesus, please get me to the gas can. Please get me to the gas pump. Those are awesome moments because God shows up. Sometimes you just run out of fumes too. But fasting is that retreat that you take into just you and him. Going deeper in your relationship with God. That's what will change your question marks to periods. So I want you to think, what question marks do I have? Do I have question marks about my life in general? Where I'm going, what I'm doing? I mean, we've got some seniors, they're heading out into the military. That is a huge deal. I know, I can think 1 summer, 2 summers ago, whenever we were at YFN, having some really deep conversations with some students who had no clue what they were going to do. And time was fast approaching. The graduation was coming. And here they are killing it. God turned their question marks into periods because they sought God's face and they looked for God's heart. What question marks do you have? What question marks do you want God to change to periods? I've got a really big question mark coming up in my life. It is, but it's not as well at the same time. It's crazy. So some of you may have, if you follow me on Instagram or friends with me on Facebook, you will know that our family, in July, we are moving to Portland, Oregon. It is an exciting time of change and transition, and a lot of question marks. Where are we gonna live? What daycare? What school is my kid gonna go to? How are we gonna make it with one vehicle? Are we gonna get another vehicle when we get out there? Because if you've seen the van, you know it's not gonna make the drive. What's gonna happen? What job is Andrew gonna get? Because I got a job out there. That's what's taking us out there. Doing exactly what I love with the population of teenagers that I love to work with and that I know I can share God's light with. We don't know what job Andrew's gonna have. That's a big question mark. Because not only is it just me and Andrew that we're having to worry about and focus on, but we've got 2 kids to take care of. That's how most people see it. But in fact, God has 4 kids to take care of. God is taking care of our family. And he will absolutely come through because he always has. So if you have question marks, that you want to see some periods, I urge you, seek God's face and his heart. I cannot wait till we're together again. I love you all so much, and I really cannot wait to just put my arms around you and squeeze you so tight, especially before we leave. We are packing up on July 17th or 18th, so that will be one of our last days here, and you better believe I am praying COVID, Corona, whatever, the Rona. I'm praying the Rona away before that, because if not, and I got it, I'm just gonna infect everybody, because I'm gonna hug you. I'm not leaving Wisconsin without hugging my kids. So it's not true. If we'll practice social distancing if we need to. I won't be happy about it, but I'll do it because I love you. And I can't wait till we are together again and are able to celebrate and worship God together. So those are some of my thoughts. And I would love to hear some of your thoughts on it. Message me, message Pastor Trevor, message your life group leader, and share some of your thoughts about Joseph or about your question marks. Let a trusted adult in your life know what some of your question marks are. See you guys later.